Hello, we're looking at from, until, for and since, and we're asking two questions. First of all, when did something begin and end? And secondly, how long did it go on for? Hope you enjoyed. So we'll start off with a timeline. This timeline covers a whole year. It goes from January, February, March, right through until December. And I've chosen to make now around the end of July, more or less. That's now. Right, let's start off with the picture. Here's the first picture. I lived in Boston. Okay, I lived in Boston. It doesn't say when. So to answer the question when, here's the first phrase. I lived in Boston from January. You can see more or less that that line is roughly underneath the January. So I lived in Boston from January. But if I say from January, it doesn't say when I finished. So that's a question. Let's have another expression. Here we go. Number 2, until April. Now this time we know when it ended, until April, but we don't know when it started. From January until April, and we know both. It's also possible to say from January to April. Let's try one more expression, a little bit different. This covers the period of time. It doesn't say when it started, but it says how long. It's answering the question, how long? I lived in Boston for 3 months. Right, let's move on to the next picture. This is no longer the past. This is now the future. This is what I hope will happen in October. So, can we use the same phrases? Here they are. And the answer is yes, we can. We can say, sorry, not October. I said October, didn't I? From September. From September, I will live in Paris from September to December. Or I will live in Paris until December, without specifying the beginning. Or I will live in Paris for 3 months. So we can use all those expressions for the past or for the future. But you will say there's something missing here. How about now? Right, that's a little bit different. So if we want to talk about the past leading up to the present, a period of time, we would use the present perfect, I have lived, and we would use a rather different phrase. We would use this one, since. Notice I've using since rather than from, because since is special. Since finishes in the present. So I can't move since about. I can move the others about, but this one I can't move. It's stuck here. It's got to be in the present because it's blocked with now. Since always means from a moment in the past until the present. Now let's just go back a little bit if I can find it. For 3 months. Will that work over here? And the answer is yes, it will. So we can use for 3 months for the past, for the present, for the future. We can only use since with the present, and we can use from and until and to with the past and with the future. So that's roughly the way it all divides up. Now just to conclude, here is a little chart. When did it begin? So that specifies the time, 6:15 or Monday or 2011 or April. So they're all going to be from. And the other end, when did it end? Well, if we say from, then we can here say to or until. How long did it go on? Here we use the phrase for a period of time, for 5 minutes, for an hour, for 2 years. And finally, this special one, it finished in the present. I'll even change the colour to red just to make the difference. It finished in the present. When did it begin? So it's been going since 6:15, since Monday, since 2011, since April. All right, that's all. Bye for now.